Hey everyone! So before we kick this video off with this list, I just wanted to say beforehand that this is something I'm excited to share, but that it's also coming from my experience. I hope that you find some songs that you like through this, and maybe even a new game that you'd like to try because of it. This was really difficult to put together just because there's so many possible tracks to include, to the point that I might have to make a follow-up to this video. So I hope you enjoy it, and if there's a song that you really love that isn't on here, feel free to share in the comments below. Maybe I haven't heard it before, or there was just so many possible tracks to include. With that out of the way, let's just get right to it. Here we go, top 10, let's do it. Alright, so kicking the list off first, we have Raced Against Fate from Metro Exodus. To me, this song beautifully encapsulates the feeling of chasing towards the light that basically the whole game is centered around. The world of the Metro series is such a dark, depressing universe, and to build off of the storyline in Metro Exodus, where you're chasing towards a new hope, a new home, where Artyom desperately wants to find life beyond the Metro, this song just beautifully encapsulates that raw, overwhelming emotion, especially towards the ending where the final sequence plays it, while it leaves your heart pounding and you are determined to pull through the situation at hand that is threatening your very life and everyone around you, as everyone counts on you to bring back their final hope.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Alright, next up, we have Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3. This song is just absolutely incredible to me, and it's like a homage to classic 007 James Bond, including its amazing little intro movie sequence. It plays out just like it would in a Bond movie. And this song is just so beautifully sung, so beautifully performed. The orchestra is so incredible. There's just so much to gush over with this song. It does incredible respect for this game and its just amazing plot. As wild as the game could be, it just tremendously helps it out in forming what feels like a truly cinematic, incredible experience that is a must play. Next up on our list, we've got the Battlefield 4 Warsaw theme. It was difficult choosing between this and Battlefield 5's theme, but in the end, I believe that this one does more justice. It feels like it really helps set that feeling of being on such a grand and epic scale of an absolute war. Battlefield really outdid themselves with this theme here. To me, this is just simply put one of the greatest theme songs, and Battlefield has always outdone themselves with their orchestras. And I think this might be its very peak. We'll see what happens with Battlefield 6 if they can outdo themselves again. Following after that, we've got Undertale's Hopes and Dreams. Now this is probably a pretty unexpected addition, but I never even expected to really get into this game, but the second I sat down and started playing, I got completely sucked in. I was so absorbed, and the soundtrack throughout this entire game is incredible. But when you get to the final stretch, when you're in the final fight of the game, and this starts playing, oh my god, it completely sets the mood, and you feel more determination than ever to win the fight that you're thrown into. The title is pretty faithful to what it inspires. Your friends, the world, everything is hanging on your shoulders in this battle, and you're filled up with all the hopes and dreams and determination that you've built throughout this journey. It all comes down to one final battle where reality is being torn apart, the world might be ending, but you will not back down. Once again, incredible game, incredible soundtrack, and I'm looking forward to what its creator Toby Fox can do next on his upcoming project Deltarune. Alright, our next up after that is Witcher 3's Hunt or Be Hunted. All of Witcher 3's soundtrack is traditional Slavic music, and I never imagined I would get so into this sort of a soundtrack. It was so lovingly and carefully well crafted. Having this sort of music playing while you're scaling across an adventure over the world of The Witcher is just such an inspiring and intense feeling, and it makes combat situations feel 10 times more intense, 10 times the weight and gravity of the situation going on. Hunt or Be Hunted is just one of the perfect battle themes going into sort of medieval warfare like this. The Witcher really outdid itself in all areas of the game, but when it comes to the soundtrack, that's one of the areas that they absolutely killed it in, and it deserves a lot of praise and respect for. Oh yes. Coming up next, we've got Doom Eternal's the only thing they fear is you. This is probably the greatest metal soundtrack in all of gaming, I feel like. This and the first Doom from 2016, they absolutely went so hard on this. Mick Gordon, you did such a beautiful job bringing the raw power and feeling of just rip and tearing into Doom Eternal. What more is there to say other than you will not get a better demon killing time anywhere else than here in Doom Eternal, and thankfully this song plays quite a bit in the game through numerous battles, and every time it comes on, you're gonna feel so good, you're gonna feel so pumped, you're gonna feel ready to go kick some demon ass. Wonderful song, amazing game, no hesitation, go out and buy it. It's as simple as that. Next up, we've got The Last of Us theme song. When it comes to The Last of Us, the music does such an incredible job of setting this almost somber tone, but with a light at the end of the tunnel. It makes you feel like humanity is on the verge of breaking still, and it's just clinging on to life, but there's still a chance, there's still hope, and it's about just the human struggle, essentially. That was what the artist wanted to convey when he made the soundtrack to the game, and I think he captured it so well. When this song plays after a really intense intro that kind of leaves you a bit shocked, it lets everything sink in, and it helps fit that tone of everything's falling apart, but we're still here, we're still trying, and it prepares you for this epic journey that you're going to have across what remains of the United States, and a powerful story. Next up on the list is Shadow of the Colossus, Revived Power. This track I think it's the perfect embodiment of empowering a hero to rise back up after being knocked back down. This song completely set the mood of battling something so much larger than life, so much farther beyond you, but you won't back down and you won't give up. Shadow of the Colossus was an incredible game and an experience unlike any other, and the soundtrack really helped set that tone. This song in particular, though, was the one that stood out to me, and every time it played, I felt like I could take on anything. I felt like, no, I can't give up, not just yet. I'm going to take you down, and nothing's going to stop me. It's a powerful song to fit a powerful tale where you fight Colossus that are so much larger than life and anything beyond you. Alright, we're getting close to the end now. Next up, we've got Ace Combat 7's Daredevil. To me, this song is just indescribably amazing, and the build up to it is one of the best I've heard in a song before. I love everything about this track, how it gradually ramps up, gets more intense, and the singing begins in the background, the orchestra's ramping up, just everything is going up to 10, and it perfectly fits the feeling of being high in the skies, facing enemy aces, and engaged in huge combat, while you are desperately fighting to end the war and prevent something catastrophic from happening. You are the ace pilot. You are the Daredevil. Prove to everyone that you've got the skill that it takes, and show them that this is now your battle. Not to mention, any Ace Combat fans out there know that the second that the Latin singing begins, it's about to get real. And now for our finale, we have Halo 3's Warhog Run. There's so much that could be said for the Halo series and its soundtrack. Martin O'Donnell created such a masterpiece for it. It was really difficult to choose between this or the Mjolnir mix theme. Ultimately though, I felt like this left more impact when I look back at the games. Every time I think back to Halo 3, thinking of its amazing grand finale with the Chief and Arbiter making their great escape was just so incredible. Halo's soundtrack through the game was fitting for such a sci-fi epic, as former enemies in this long, bloody war band together to save the universe threatened by a parasite and an ancient weapon that the Covenant wants to use. Playing through that game and having its ending be an intense sequence of driving a Warthog through the doomed Ark, the world crumbling apart as the weapon's ready to fire. The further you get, the more the song picks up as the weapon charges, and the stakes just gradually feel so much higher and higher with each moment. This song will always have such a powerful impact for such an epic sequence. Alright everyone, and that concludes our video. If you're still watching this, I want to say thank you very much, and that you also may want to expect a part 2 to this video. There were just so many ideas I had and not enough room for this list. Just so many powerful songs and games that I could easily think of. So there's likely going to be more in the future. The power of a song is just incredible. Games have always been able to utilize it well to increase the impact of the scene, either just 10 times or even 100-fold. So be ready for more, and I'm excited to hear some suggestions of your own or some favorites down below. With that, take care everyone, stay safe.